Promo Show. All the top tunes.
Hey, Mulligan.
What are you doing? I don't know.
Getting just what they get in the big house.
It's the Joey and Rory Show. This week's special guest, Jason Matthews. This week's episode brought to you by Lion Chevrolet in Lewisburg, Tennessee.
And now, Grand Ole Opry members. No, not members yet. Well, they're not getting any younger, folks. They should be. Here they are, Joey and Rory!
Well, they say these days that there ain't no way two people can stay in love. And when it's said and done and the hard times come, 2 out of 3 are gonna break up. Well, I guess they might have their numbers right, but don't go down without a fight. You gotta just love your man and hold his hand in yours. And when you don't think you can, you gotta love your man even more. When he stood by you and he heard I do, did you mean those words you said? When you promised your heart and that you'd never part till you were both stone cold dead. Sure, there's gonna be a time you wanna change your mind, but everything's gonna be fine. You gotta just love your man and hold his hand in yours. And when you don't think you can, you gotta love your man even more. But if you love him enough, you won't ever give up. See that a couple sitting there in their rocking chairs, they've been together 50 years. And you can sure bet they didn't stay that way without a bunch of sweat and tears. But if you ask her how she made it all work out, she's gonna tell you even now. You gotta just love your man and hold his hand in yours. And when you don't think you can, you gotta love your man even more. Yeah, when you don't think you can, you gotta just love your man.
Woo, you had you some Loretta Lynn going there, honey.
That's the only way she'd say it, I believe.
Y'all don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
This week's special guest, Jason Matthews.
I'm Jason Matthews. I'm 39, and I'm from Harold Store, North Carolina. I moved to Nashville in 1995 because I'd always wanted to be a songwriter, and I knew Nashville was the place to be if I wanted to be one. Well, it took a few years, but when I finally got a good publishing deal, I finally had my first cut and my first single on Kevin Denny, a song called That's Just Jesse. That just started a whole string of things for me. Must Be Doing Something Right by Billy Currington, Countryman by Luke Bryan, and most recently, When I Get It by Craig Campbell. I would say one of the things that makes me unique as a songwriter is my passion for what I do. And I think it comes out in the songs I write, and I think it comes out through my performances of those songs. When I step on a stage, I just put everything I've got into that performance. I don't want to sing to a bunch of drunks. I want to sing to people that came to hear my music. My ideal audience is an audience that likes to go see songwriters. Now, if I could find 500 of them and put them in a room, that's who I'd like to perform for every night. I don't want to play for Kenny Chesney's audience. I really don't. I don't want to swing from a zip line. I really don't. I want to sing. My wife's mother was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago. She wound up living about 1 year and 3 months after that. I just felt like I needed to write a song for her and to her. And a good friend of mine who I write with all the time, Mikey Mobley, came by the house one day. He threw this title out, That's What Mamas Do. And as soon as he said it, I just felt like he had been reading my mail. And we started writing that song. And at the end of that journey of writing this song, it just turned out to be a much bigger song than just a song for my wife's mother. It wound up being a song for all the mothers in the world. And it's one of my favorite things I've ever written. I hope y'all like it.
She'll change a dirty diaper or wipe a runny nose and get a 2-day purple Kool-Aid stain right out of your clothes. And she'll put her last spare dollar under your pillow when you lose a tooth. She'll bust down your door and drag you out of bed and make you sit right next to her in church wearing your Sunday best. And when she bows her head to pray, you can bet she's saying one for you. And that's what mamas do. They raise you, ground you, build their whole world around you, and no care for the hell they'll go through. And that's what mamas do. She'll keep up with all your girlfriends, scare off the ones she hates, and get a new gray hair and a wrinkle to spare every time you come home late. And when you leave to chase that dream, she's gonna cry when she walks by your empty room. She'll call and sing you happy birthday when everybody else forgets. And on your wedding day, she'll joke and say, hey, where are my grandkids? Oh, and when she finally gets them, she'll spoil them rotten the way her mama did with you. And that's what mamas do. They raise you, ground you, build their whole world around you, and they'll carry the weight of your world too. And that's what mamas do. But she'll get old and fragile, and the end will come too soon. And she'll let go and you hold on the way all children do. And you'll miss her morning, leave pretty flowers for her, and you'll cry like the baby she knew. And she'll hear you, guide you, and pray the light find you. She'll never stop watching over you. Oh, until you're up there too. And that's what mamas do.
Y'all smelling that? They must be cooking something good down at Marcy Jo's. Let's see what's on the menu.
Y'all come on in and sit wherever you want.
Hey, Mars, did you ever notice that at the end of each show that Rory and I perform, we always end in a kiss?
Yes. It's disgusting, but yes.
It's not disgusting. We just celebrated 10 years of marriage, so we're still newlyweds.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yes. Well, speaking of kisses, today we're going to show you how to make our peanut butter kiss cookies.
Yep.
So cookies, you think they're not that hard to make, right?
Right.
Mom made cookies. Everybody can just throw in a batch of cookies. But these cookies in particular have a really nice ending to them because we top them all with the Hershey's Kiss.
Yes.
Now, to get started with this recipe, we actually found this recipe just on the actual peanut butter jar itself. Everybody has their own favorite brand. My favorite brand in particular starts with a J, ends with an F. It's my favorite. But anyway, so I grabbed the recipe off of that, and that's what I use. So we're gonna have our peanut butter in here. We put about 3/4 cup of shortening. You're gonna add in 3 tablespoons of milk, some vanilla. I think you do a whole tablespoon of vanilla.
Jeez, that's a lot of cotton picking. Oh, sorry.
It's all right. Never can have too much vanilla.
Not that much vanilla.
I don't always measure. Then you're gonna add, now this is a lot of brown sugar, but it's 1.25 cups of brown sugar. And I think that's it for here. So we're gonna go ahead and add this all together. Then you're gonna dump in your flour, your salt, and your baking soda. And then you're just gonna add that all together, get it nice and
then once that
mixed.
gets all added together, you're gonna add your dry ingredients. And this is kind of what it's gonna look like when you get it all mixed.
Right, and you're gonna go ahead and put some out there on the cookie sheet.
You're gonna make a
Morris.
cookie.
Marcy, you can't make them that big.
Okay,
you gotta make them small.
Sorry.
Rory's likes them bigger. She thinks that to make the cookies bigger.
It's beautiful. Remember when I used to, well, you used to make them actually in the morning. And I used to have oatmeal, and I'm like, Joe, I don't like the oatmeal because it's just plain.
That's right, and I said, well, just add like a tablespoon of peanut butter.
Right.
And it's really good that way.
And then one morning you were making them, and I was like, you know what?
Gosh, that's
actually
right.
would be better, would be the peanut butter Hershey Kiss cookies. And so that's what I did. It was the best oatmeal in the world. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I noticed.
It changed my life. Changed my hips.
Yeah, oatmeal's supposed to be healthy, and then you throw in 2 of these cookies.
You don't have to go this big, but it's beautiful.
Now she's gonna dunk those in the sugar, just like you normally would for a peanut butter cookie. That one's really big, Marcy. But the secret that we do, we don't like to mash them down. I mean, I know they look really nice with that little crisscross with your knife. But I don't like to do them that way just because
it makes them flat.
Yeah, they'll naturally, as they bake, they'll naturally kind of flatten out on their own. And I like to keep them just a little bit thick. And then you're gonna put them in the oven for 350 and bake them only for 8 minutes.
Right, the timing is really, really important because if you overcook them, they're really, really hard.
Yeah, they get crunchy.
We like them moist.
Yeah, so then you're gonna take a peanut butter kiss after 8 minutes. As soon as they come out of the oven, you're gonna put this kiss on top and just smush it right there on top of the cookie.
Yep.
And then these are what they're gonna look like. You see how they're nice and round? They're not too flat. They're not brown on the bottom. They're just perfect.
But these are not gonna look like that because they're gonna be a lot bigger, fluffier. Because I made these. She made them.
Do you think we can get somebody to taste these for us?
Oh yes, actually my daughter Brenda Lee is here today.
Yay.
Hi honey, can you come up and taste a cookie? How are you, sweetie?
Here you go,
You want
hon.
one of Mama's cookies?
Yeah.
Or Aunt Joey's actually.
Well, you make them too though, Marcy. You make them pretty good.
I know.
You like them? Here, take one to your friend as well.
All right.
There
Thank you,
go.
honey.
Thank you, hon. Well, there you have it, folks. Our peanut butter kiss cookies here at Marcy Jo's, where we're changing lives
one bite at a time.
Boys, you ever have a list of things you wanted to find in the perfect woman when you was single? I did. Well, if you want my love, darling, you don't have to be pretty. Have a great big chest or a waist that's little itty bitty. You ain't gotta have skin that's as soft as mud, like Julia Roberts or Ashley Judd. You ain't gotta be pretty, darling, if you want my love. But it sure wouldn't hurt if you was. Think about it.
What in the world going on over here?
Hey, how you doing, Win?
What, did I get fired or something?
No, you was just running behind, and I thought they were testing the cameras. That work out okay for you guys? All right, here you go, Win.
There you go. Gotta get my job, Byron. I ain't got but one job anyway. Think about it.
You go from rags to riches, farm to fame,
From digging ditches to the whole world knows your name.
you'll stand in the spotlight till the light goes dim, and it's rags to riches,
To rags again.
Let's pretend we never met. Take 4 or 5 or 6.
Clack 'em if you got 'em.
Hard dog bra, if it makes the cut.
It's a slamagram.
Yep.
Camera speed.
When Joey and Rory first decided to make a TV show, they got together with me and a few other people, and we actually made something entirely different than what you see now. We made a reality sitcom.
Did you do any gambling?
You know I don't gamble.
Yeah. How'd you do?
Well, I was about $100 ahead at one point. I had a little money set aside that my bride didn't know about.
You lost it all?
I got about $5 left.
The reality sitcom was pretty neat. It had a bunch of characters from their local community, and I really had a good time making it. But after we finished the pilot, Rory decided we needed to go down a different direction, which I fought against because I had such a good time making the reality TV show. But ultimately, Rory was right. The one thing that was really lacking was music.
Poor man loves you, honey, but you can't change my way.
For the day we met, that evening in September.
And a variety TV show allows them to showcase their music, to showcase Rory's songwriting and Joey's voice, to allow them to be storytellers, to uplift their friends and family and have them on the show, and to not only invite the viewer to just see glimpses into their life, but to really welcome you in to become a part of their family.
All the top tunes up.
Hey, Molly.
The Joey and Rory Show.
The Joey and Rory Show is a different kind of program than you'll see on most networks. Whereas most TV shows are produced by their networks on RFD, all the programming is independent. It's up to us to come up with locations, to secure guest artists, to write the show. It's all on us. Whereas that can be a real challenge for our small crew of friends. The real advantages are that Joey and Rory get to make the show that they want to make. From start to finish, this is their show.
One of the challenges we face is the turnaround time. What you're seeing on your TV set is actually being shot and edited within a matter of weeks. And so much of that is shot in real life and real moments and unscripted, that it's my job to make sure that those real moments are translated back to you as the viewer.
One of the things Joey and Rory made really clear with this production, this show, was that they just didn't want the production process, the equipment, the gear, the cameras, the microphones, to get in the way of us capturing their real life in an authentic way. And I feel really good that we've done that. We have a very small, nimble, fast team. We use light equipment. And when something happens, we're able to just jump on it. We can still make it look good, but we're doing it in a way that it doesn't get in the way. It lets them, be real, and hopefully that's what you're seeing.
One of the really neat things about the Joey and Rory Show, they do it all from their farm. Joey and Rory love to be home more than anything. And they've spent a lot of time on the road over the last few years, both with touring and radio promotions, all kinds of things. So they love it that they can do this show right from their farm. They've taken their barn and they've converted it completely into this soundstage, which is really, really cool.
I'm so tired.
And then Rory has this little milk house, this little milk barn, and we've turned that into an editing studio. So one moment, Joey will be in the garden, working in the garden, and the next moment she'll be in the barn, on the stage, performing for you, for the Joey and Rory Show. It's a really neat setup. They've got the best of both worlds. They're doing what they love, and they're doing it right from home.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's our whole wheat bread from Marcy Jo's, where we're changing lives.
One bite at a time.
Cut! That's a wrap!
That's a wrap.
Marcy Jo's! 2000!
Press the button. The button.
Gosh, this season has gone by fast, hasn't it?
It sure has, but it's been a great one. Believing our dreams will take us somewhere. Still being ourselves if we ever get there. That's important to me.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's important to me.
Don't forget about what's most important to you.
I'm Joey.
And I'm Rory. We hope to see you again real soon.
Bye-bye. God bless.